Hey everyone, thanks for joining us on this beautiful Monday night for an episode of Awfully Silly. Tonight, I'm your host, C Average, instead of Conception, but I'm pretty excited for all these silly games. We've got a special episode of some of our Fatales runners tonight, so that's pretty cool. But before we get started with the runs, I just want to read a couple of announcements. Games Done Quick will be at PAX East 2022, April 21st to April 24th. If you're interested in submitting a run, use !PAX in Twitch chat and fill out the form. Also, if you have any ideas for your own hotfix shows, one-off events, or if you want to, submit to be on a hotfix show, feel free to go to gamesdonequick.com/hotfix and submit your ideas. With that, I'm ready to throw it over to our first runner, Aeon.
Hi, welcome to this game. So yeah, this is called Lyoko DS. It's a platformer of sorts with a no jump button.
Okay.
Yeah, I hope that's fun. So we're going to start a new game here. We're going to raise a high GDQ file, and we're going to start time when I feel the file name. So, oh god, what should I call the file name? I mean, it's not characters.
I mean,
so
you can name it Silly if you want. This is awfully silly.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I was like thinking of that myself, so I guess we're on the same mind here. Okay, so we'll start the timer when the moment I press enter. So 3, 2, 1, and go.
All right, good luck.
Okay, so thanks. So this is a cartoon. So this is a French cartoon. So bonsoir. Hopefully it's correct. And yeah, it's from France. So it's actually a pretty cool cartoon show. Especially when you get into like all the character development and all that stuff. This is a tutorial stage where I'm doing real world stuff and using the bottom screen. Open the door. Yeah, cool. I'm just mashing through dialogue here, and yeah, this is not based off any Code Lyoko episode, but all the other episodes in the game or chapters are based off Code Lyoko episodes. The first, from chapter 2 to excuse me, get through the door. Through 2 to 6 based off season 1, and 7 to 14 are based off season 2, and chapter 15, the final chapter, is based off season 3, because this game was actually meant to promote season 3 of the show. And I haven't gone into it, but there is movement tech in the real world, but we won't be seeing it yet. Anyway, so we're now going to start off with the first mission. Again, this is a tutorial mission, so there's nothing really special about it except we're just introduced to the main gameplay elements of the game. So now I'm on Lyoko, and as you can see, or hopefully the stream shows it, that there's I'm on a different screen now, and so the bottom screen is basically the Earth screen, and the top screen is basically the Lyoko screen. And also my I forgot to change characters. I'm a fool. Sorry. I just thought for a second Auric actually is the one that climbs walls for a moment and not the guy that uses super speed. Anyway, we fixed that problem. It is pretty early for me.
So how like, I don't know, just like confusing and weird is it for the game to be like swapping screens on you? Because I know like a lot of DS games, like the second screen really just like doesn't matter, but it sounds like this one that's not really the case.
Yeah, so it isn't really that confusing, fortunately, because your mind is easily split between Lyoko and the real world, because that's how the show is set. There's 2 different worlds, one virtual world, one real world, and you gotta stop Xana, who's basically the main villain of the game. What is it? No. What am I doing? It's blast forward, isn't it? Yeah. So yeah, there are upgrades in this game, and we're going to get one really early because blast forward actually defeats these cranklets really quickly. Upcoming. And yeah, Yumi has telekinesis, but we won't be using that very often. But yeah, Code Lyoko is basically about these 4 teenagers, which will become 5 pretty soon because of Alita, trying to like save the world from Xana, who's like an evil multi-agent system or a virus, whatever you like to call evil computer AI things. But yeah, Xana is technically a multi-agent system. Oh, geez, that was... Oh, that's... Wow, that's never happened before. Wow. This is quite an interesting start.
We love that never happened befores here on GDQ.
Yeah. I somehow like clipped off the edge, which was very weird. But Orc has these super speed sections. He runs really fast, but only in certain sections of the game. If he ran really fast all the time, well, it would be nice for the speed run. So yeah, so each character has different powers as well when they're on Lyoko, not in the real world, because yeah, you can't get powers in the real world, unfortunately. But when you're on Lyoko, I think each character gets powers based off their or has appearances by their subconscious, and yeah. Anyway, so we're past that tutorial stage. That was a little bit of a mess, but we're okay. So back on Earth, I need to check the computer. Yeah, or not. So I believe this is based off seeing is believing, if I remember correctly. I'm always worried that the game was going to randomly softlock. But yeah, Jeremy is trying to go to class and everything. So because he's a nerd and everything. Anyway, so he goes to math class. There's no math class going on, so he's pretty sad. We're gonna go to, I believe, science. Or he gets mistaken that he has to go to the science class. This is pretty weird because it's not like super based off the show yet. Anyway.
Have you watched this show?
Oh, yes, I have.
Okay.
It's been a while, though.
Gotcha.
Oh, let me get through. So now that we found that a science class is cancelled due to a power outage, we're going to investigate it because we suspect it's Xana. So Xana also can affect the world, like the real world, through some sort of either technological thing, although sometimes like he's able to possess people, which is really weird considering he's supposed to be like an AI. Oh, let me get there. Sometimes it flashes there. Okay, so we get to front of the school. Gonna check computers, and apparently, yep, there's a tower activated on Lyoko, but then the power goes out, which is really bad. So now we have to ask Auric for our laptop back. Auric is the character that we played in the tutorial. He's kind of the jock. And he's also like my favorite character in the show. Alright, cool. And then we just automatically put to the factory, which is really nice of the game. But unfortunately, we can't use the scanner because there's no power left of it. So we asked Odd here. And yes, that's the guy's name in the purple. His name's Odd. So we practically borrowed his DS, and now we can power up the scanner because now we have enough power between the laptop and the DS. So I guess this is an advertisement for the power of the DS. So now we got the scanner up and running, and now we can go to Lyoko. We can go there with Auric and Odd. So now we play as Auric. I don't have enough to upgrade to the Flip Saber, I think. Or the Dragon Saber. It's one of those two I have to upgrade. I know that for a fact. But now we do. Download. Dragon Saber, yeah, it is. Thought so. So these cranklets blow up on you, as probably seen in the early mission, but Aura can easily beat them, and you go around. So I should also mention that our leader is the only one that can deactivate towers, but the game kind of tries to like lulls you into a false sense of security that it's safe to go to the tower and that you can just go to it, but most of the time you can't. It's usually like a monster shows up and our leader can't really fight monsters. At least not at this stage of the show. Please stay on the platform. So the Hornet's like flying off the platform. Also these blocks like freezing Auric, which is really annoying. And I somehow slashed in the wrong direction. So now that we defeated the monsters over there, we can now have a leader safely go to the tower. Yeah, she's the only one that can deactivate towers. That's the wrong one. There we go. So these little hacking puzzles at the end of each mission, they're like touchscreen based. So they can be a little bit finicky, but they're also very simplistic. They do get harder later on in the game. I'm not meant to go there. So those two characters are Millie and Tamia. They're like news reporters, like the school news reporters, and they report on stuff. Oh, yep, I remember this episode now. This is actually the first episode I saw of Code Lyoko. So this episode is based off Satellite. So everyone's cell phones ring at the same time, and as you can see, the teacher is nearby, and he happens to be the principal. So we all get in trouble, and we lose all our phones, even though Odd was the only person there. Hopefully the game doesn't soft lock here, because one time it did and was really annoying. Alright, cool. Jeremy was able to walk through that door. So now we have like a real world challenge actually. So what we have to do here is we have to get our cell phones back so we're able to contact each other, because it's bad that we can't. So what Jeremy's going to do is going to be a distraction while we grab the keys to the office. She didn't see me, even though she did turn her head. So now we have the keys to the office. We talk to Jeremy again, and then we can go back into the office and infiltrate the office to get our cell phones back. Oh, that is not the right phone. Sometimes you can like encounter Sissy's phone. Sissy is the principal's daughter, by the way. And yep, even the principal confiscated her phone, even though he is her father. Now we got that done, we can go to Lyoko. I play Yumi here.
It is really clever that they like swap the screens when you swap like dimensions or whatever. That's super neat.
Yeah, I like that part too. That's like, well, one of the cool things. Anyway, I'm trying to do a trick here. Unfortunately, I got hit by a laser and knocked off the edge, which is really annoying, because the lasers have a lot of knockback. But what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to like squeeze through between the barrier and the open area and basically skipping this fight. because I don't need to do this fight. That's unfortunate. I'm mad to fight these monsters. Okay. Wait till the HP hits me. I don't need to fight them, but... Oh. I definitely don't want to fight them now.
Oh no.
Yeah. Yeah, Yumi's not great against these exploding ones. Oh, this is a horrible start. Ugh. I may need to collect like some sort of safety ones so I can get the stuff that I need. That's... Oh, I'm in. Okay, finally. That took a bit, but we're in. Yeah. Yes, that trick can be a bit finicky, but I'm thankful that I was able to show that off. I am going to be a bit low on points though, so I'm going to take a little detour. And just go here. This is like a detour, so I can have enough points for the power-up I need. Although I don't think I have enough. Or maybe I do. I'm trying to think how many points I need. I think I might have enough. Alright. Okay, fans, yep. So I barely touched on this, but certain enemies die to certain combos a lot easier. So that's why I picked up screw fans, so I can easily beat these hornets. And the reason why I picked up the blast forward is so I can easily beat the cranklets. So I just think of it as a way of saying, oh, that's their weakness. Just use that combo on them. Alright, I'm gonna go through this barrier. Please let me go through. Okay, finally. That took a bit, but we made it through. So there's like a weakness in the barrier that Xana made, so we can't get through, but... Clearly, Xana did not program that well. Alright, and that's pretty much the end of the whole Lyoko mission. It was a bit rough at the start, but made it through. Was able to show up everything. Oh yeah, so there's people in chat that are pointing out that this is a Code Lyoko game. There's like 3 of them actually. There's 2 on the DS and one on one on console on Wii and PS2. I also forgot to mention this. So Yumi is not a dorm room student. So the rest of the students in the game, they live at the school in the dorm rooms. But Yumi does not. She actually lives around the neighborhood, which is pretty close by. She's like literally walking distance from the school. So, yeah. Another thing that may have not been immediately noticeable, but Yumi is a Japanese immigrant whose family moved to France in order for her and her younger brother to attend school here. I think her father got a job in France or something like that. Okay, so now that this is established that Ulrich and Alda trapped in the cafeteria thanks to these rats that have been possessed by Xena. Again, I don't know how Xena is able to possess living things, but Xena does what they do. So now it's only just Yumi and Jeremy. And we have to get into the boiler room, but unfortunately the boiler room is locked. So we have to find the key. Little puzzle. So we're forced to go here and give Jeremy the wrong key on purpose. He goes like, that's the wrong key. But we know where the key is. It's somewhere in here, but we have to press this twice for some reason because it prioritizes you finding the locker key and then finding the correct key, which is the boiler room key. So now we're trying to get in front of Jeremy. So you may have noticed that I'm like zigzagging as close to the front of the screen as I can, and that's because it's faster to do that in the real world. So yes, there's real world movement tech in this game. So yeah, I'm moving faster than Jeremy in the background. Oh, that's the wrong area. How did I do that? There we go. Make sure to talk to Jeremy first so he can activate the scanners. So now we only have Yumi in this mission and Alida. We're going to play it a little bit as Alida, so it's probably really important to mention that. So when you play as Alida, it's very important to keep in mind that if you die as Alida or lose all your life points, you don't get to regenerate like your life points like with the Lyoko points that we've collected. You actually get a game over and forced to start the whole mission again. So playing as Alida is extremely risky, but the game forces us to do it in this mission. So the game expects us to go both ways, and here it's actually technically faster to use Alida here, but it's extremely risky, so we are not going to do that. We're going to just play as Yumi. Alida does have an attack of sorts, but it is not very good. I'm not changing characters, actually. Well, it's a little bit too late pressing a button there on the touchscreen. But yeah, now we're going to do a little skip here. Hopefully I can get it really quickly. And hopefully I don't die. Because, again, dying as our leader is very bad. Oh! Oh, well, I had to take the death here. even though I'm not going to die, I do have my HP left. So if you fall off an edge, you take 25 life points of damage. Excuse me. Okay, I'm going to have to download a life point pack for safety. This is not cooperating as well as I would like it. So this will restore my health back to full. Okay, there we go.
I love how that time it just lets you, walk right around, totally fine, barely.
And then it didn't let me activate the. And then didn't let me activate the floating thing because it just. I know what happened there. I was pressing the button.
This game is just not cooperating right now.
It's not today. Yeah. I was pretty certain I was pressing the button too, so that's really annoying. Yeah, usually this trick is really easy, but I am struggling. I had to buy another life point pack. Are you kidding me? I don't want to restart this mission again. There's another really annoying thing as well. At the end of this particular mission. So if I am not careful... There we go. I could potentially soft lock at the end of the mission. So hopefully I don't do that after all of this. I'm going to collect some points for safety here because I use extra. And I'm going to switch to Yumi because you don't want to be our leader here. Well, if her life points do hit 0, you do get a game over and you have to start the whole mission again. So, unlike the other Lyoko warriors where that does not happen if your life points hit 0 on the other Lyoko warriors. Funny you should mention that the show should get remade. There's actually a live action show, half live action, half CGI. Called Code Lyoko Evolution. It's iffy, I should say.
Yeah, there's a lot
There's
of love
some
in
good
chat
episodes in it.
for this show.
Yeah, this show was pretty cool back in the day. Alright, hopefully I don't soft lock here. So this is a mega tank. This is like a stronger monster. I don't want to be hitting this beam because that does a lot of damage. And thank goodness I did not soft lock the game because she can soft lock the game here. So thank goodness after everything else. Last time I had a marathon run of this, the game did soft lock there. So that was really bad.
I mean, it couldn't do that after all of the other things it did to you, right? Like, that would have just been cruel.
Yeah, it would have been. Anyway, so we're at chapter 5, which is basically based on Logbook. So we're finally playing as Auric for real this time, not during a tutorial. And we're trying to find his diary. And unfortunately, who found his diary was Sissy, the principal's daughter. And she's kind of blackmailing Auric into going out with her for a month. So we kind of gotta find the diary. And yeah, he wrote about Lyoko in it, so that's really bad. They kind of keep it a secret from everyone else, because if the supercomputer was discovered, then our leader, who is trapped on Lyoko, would be would cease to exist because they'll turn off the supercomputer because it's bad, because it has a virus in it, and they really want to get this girl out, especially Jeremy, who's got a major crush on her. So anyway, So we didn't find the diary in Sissy's room, but we saw a pillow, which is going to be relevant later. And now we gotta find her, who apparently has the diary. So again, I'm zigzagging at the front because it is faster, or going towards the front because, yeah. So in order to get the diary back, we literally threaten her with martial arts because, yeah, Uruk knows that stuff. He knows Pencak Silat, which is an Indonesian martial arts. Or martial arts just from, yeah, that was originated from that area. But now we got a diary back. We tell the good news to Yumi, but unfortunately we're trapped in the cafeteria again. So it's really important here to talk to Jeremy because one time when I was practicing, I forgot to talk to Jeremy, and then I couldn't get into the Lyoko. So, yeah, make sure you talk to Jeremy, otherwise you can't get in. So we only have Odd for this mission. I hope I have enough points for Odd, considering what happened before. I think I do, though. So, we're looking for freeway shots. So, freeway shots is basically a double-edged sword for Odd. So, the monsters it's most effective on are blocks, but the blocks can, like, reflect back projectile attacks, which is most of Odd's attacks. I'm going to collect these points just for safety here. And these ones as well. Oh. There we go. So, freeway shots isn't dangerous here, it just causes a lot of shenanigans and bullets flying, laser arrows flying everywhere. Gonna ignore that little cranklet there. I'm gonna grab this checkpoint for safety, just in case I fall off and go back to the previous checkpoint. I'm gonna grab this checkpoint for safety as well. Yeah, so funny thing about Odd, he had really limited ammunition in season 1, but then they fixed that and they just gave him like basically unlimited arrows, which is much better. Like, I think he can only use like 10 in season 1. And then he had to ask Jeremy to reload them. So, yeah, there were some flaws with Odd in season 1. He also could see the future as well, which was pretty funny, but it was very useless. But anyway, we're forced to play as our leader here. And, oh no, she got trapped by a guardian. But, we can just hack our way out of it.
You know, can you imagine if hacking really was just like a little miniature Tetris puzzle? You just like you just access things and do things just by completing a little puzzle like that? That'd be pretty neat. Or terrifying.
Then, like, everyone would be able to hack.
It'd be both neat and terrifying. That's what we're going to go with.
Yeah. Let me get this puzzle. The puzzles you do on the DS bottom screen, so it can be a bit finicky getting the pieces in the right spot. And the game going, no. I'm thinking, what do I need? Okay, I need a spinning saber and flip saber. I need way more points. Jeez. So this episode is really cool. It's a ghost channel. It's like easily the best episode of season 1. Oh, come on, let me get through this. There's a clip here. There we go. Just gotta find the weakness.
Nice little moonwalk through the log.
Yep. Yeah, you're supposed to play as Yumi to lift up the log. Do I even have enough? No, geez, that's not good. Wow, my Lyoko points are really low. I should have enough Lyoko points now, though. Okay, so I need to download Flip Saber. Okay, so that platform can like treat you like ice physics and like just force Auric off for no apparent reason. I'm not sure why it does that, but it's really annoying. Anyway, so this is our first instance of crabs in the game, and crabs are weak to spinning slash, which I just got. Also, I need to get away from these exploding crankulets. Oh, thanks, game. So yeah, the blocks can sometimes fire a normal laser, or they can just freeze you in place. So that was a pretty simple Lyoko mission, right? That was like pretty straightforward. You know, we're just hacking this tower and deactivating it. And now we talk to Millie and Tamia. Yep, things are back to normal. Oh, they're just repeating themselves. Okay. And this was a gym teacher. Okay, he just repeated himself. That's weird. Also, Sissy's wearing yellow for some reason, huh? She wears pink. I'm going the right way. I'm just like thinking, am I going the right way? Sometimes, like, traveling through the school can be a bit confusing. Because areas where they're supposed to lead to sometimes don't lead to the areas you expect them to lead to. Anyway, so we need to talk to Jeremy about this, because this is really weird. Like, people keep on repeating themselves. Sissy's wearing yellow for some reason. It's all very weird. Oh, those birds are powerful. Those birds. So we need to go to the factory to investigate something. We're not getting Jeremy's help, which is not good. Oh, I need to talk to Auric, right? I always go to the computer first and then forget about talking to Auric, so there we go. At least I remembered. So we found out that there's no link to Lyoko, which is very unusual. So it's like, well, how come you just create a link all of a sudden? And then there's another Jeremy that shows up. So truth to be told, we're actually on Lyoko. And the back Jeremy is always the real Jeremy. So since everyone is on a simulation of the real world, no one else is on Lyoko except our leader. And as I established, playing as our leader is scary. Because if I die as our leader, I basically have to start this entire mission all over again, which hopefully that doesn't happen. But yeah, Ghost Channel is just a really cool episode, and I would highly recommend anyone watching this to either rewatch it or watch it for the first time, because it's very sci-fi and it's like definitely one of the coolest episodes of the show, especially of season 1, where season 1 was not continuous, like it doesn't have a overarching story compared to the other seasons. They started that towards the end of season 1 and season 2. So anyway, I purposely fell off the edge there, and that's in order to go to the other switch I need to activate. I just don't want to fall off at any point here, because that's bad. I also don't want to hit this checkpoint. Okay, so now we activate all these switches, we can go to the end of the level. I'm going to hit the checkpoint here just for safety, because I don't want to go back to that checkpoint. Okay. Just gonna play it safe here. This and then this. So fortunately I didn't die, which is great. Oh, this is the end of season 1. I'm a silly ding dong. Maybe it's yeah, okay. So we're finally able to virtualize our leader into the real world. But in order to prep for that, well, we need to make sure she's able to enroll in school and all that sort of stuff and have a place to live. So they asked Yumi to see if they could accommodate our leader. And Yumi has to convince that our leader is Japanese, just so that she's just allowed in the house and everything. Now we have to find our father's diary, or not diary, logbook or something like that. So hopefully this lady is not in the way. Thank goodness we got good RNG there. now we're going to hack the school files and make a fake profile for our leader. Make her a real person. But here's the thing. So Odd also has another plan to get our leader into the school as a boarding school student instead of just at home. And this plan is pretty wild. So he wants to go to the principal's office on purpose. Now, in order to do that, he's going to paint the side of the wall, pretend it's some other kid that did it, and then get to the principal's office, explain that the other kid did it and not him, and then say like, oh, I have a cousin, and she's called Eileen the Stones. And now we've got the spray paint, we can spray the side of the wall.
No, I don't know much
graffiti
about like plans to get people into a school, but this doesn't feel like a very strong one. If I'm being honest.
Oh, I mashed through that too quickly. Anyway, I'm going to do a funny little glitch here. So that arrow pointing down is going to say prevalent throughout all these cutscenes as I mash through them all. Oh, now we got another hacking puzzle, which is pretty straightforward. There's going to be some harder ones later on, though.
I don't envy you. Trying to do stuff like that fast just doesn't seem great.
We've had this work, yeah. So now we're going to be on the mission, this two-part Lyoko mission to get our leader to the real world, which is very exciting for the group, especially Jeremy, who's been waiting for this day for a while. I think it took him at least a year in the show. And collect extra Lyoko points. So Jeremy's going to tell us directions, like which is the right way to go. But yeah, we're not going to go any other detours. So basically, Jeremy's just telling us the right way to go. Let me through this. This can be a bit finicky to get through. If I die here, I'm just gonna like beat up these monsters because yeah. Wow, that was clutch. Thank goodness Ulrich is not going to see any more combat during this Lyoko section. I need to download Feline Shots upgrade. Okay, cool. I got like at least 500 points. So yeah, Feline Shots is the combo that the crabs are weak against with Odd. Oh, that's the wrong combo. I want to use the double-edged sword combo. Please let me shoot you. You're not letting me shoot you. That's annoying. What are you doing? Okay. Mega Tank does not want to cooperate. There we go. At least we didn't die to it. So we're now in the forest section again. You probably know what we're going to do to this log.
Time to moonwalk, baby.
Once I find the weakness of this log. Where is this thing? It's supposed to be in the middle. There we go. I just need to step in a little
So
bit
good.
further.
I love it.
You definitely won't be playing as Auric during this combat section. Like, Auric is definitely way better at dealing with a bunch of enemies compared to Yumi. And we have less character switches as well when we play as Auric in this mission. I think we don't switch to any character at all. We just stick as play as Auric. Align myself right. So what's really nice is this little section here also has the Super Sprint logo, so that means I can run through it at full speed. Oh, I missed one. Just stay away from them all, because all of them would murder me if they all explode on me. That was close. Okay, so this particular log is one of the hardest logs to clip through. So hopefully I get this quickly. Yay, that's like 5th try. I struggled with this a lot in practice last night. Oh, please! This Mega Tank has not been cooperating. Let me put this in. Thank you, game. So that's season 1 done. We've got our leader into the real world. Hooray. Okay, do the honors. Shut off the supercomputer. Oh no, our leader is down. So we put it back on. Unfortunately, it seems like our leader is linked to Xana. And that means we gotta continue keeping the supercomputer on until we figure out what's up with our leader. So, start season 2, we've got a auto scroller. So we basically introduce you to the vehicles of the season. Now I gotta be kind of good at these auto scrollers because they're not so auto scrolly when you crash into objects and instantly die. So gotta be on the ball here. Also, I have to slow down on purpose because these barriers don't go down fast enough. But yeah, I'm constantly keeping my my finger on the turbo button. Okay, cool. I can safely keep my finger on the turbo button here because the barrier goes down in time and there's enough distance between our leader and the barrier. So that's that's a little vehicle auto scroller. So yeah, so it's our leader's practically first day at school, and we have a little excursion to do to prepare for. So we're going to go right to the science building and get our... Let me through, thank you. So we're going to the science building and get ourselves a camera because we're taking photos of nature. Oh no, we're spotted by a gym teacher. Luckily, Yumi finds a really good excuse for us. Like, we're new. But as Aaliyah goes in the forest, she gets a horrible flashback, which we won't see in the cutscene. And here's the famous manhole we usually go through to get to Lyoko. This is the only time it appears in the speed run. So that's pretty sad for those fans that are watching. Because, yeah, that's the only time we're going to see that manhole in the entire run. It is literally the slowest way you can go to Lyoko. So I'm waiting for Kiwi to move the point where I can go to the next area. Kiwi just got in front of me. Kiwi is Odd's dog, by the way, and keeps it hidden in the boarding school because she knows how to keep pets. So we're going to do a little cool thing here. We're going to go close to our leader, and then we're going to near the door. And that's so we don't like have to move towards the door here. So yeah, there is some movement tech in there, just comes very few and far between. Oh, let me get up, thank you. But yeah, I have to mention that these blocks can deflect my arrows and do a ton of damage to Odd. Hence the double-edged nature of the attack that I'm doing. But fortunately, they didn't do that too much, so Odd didn't get devirtualized.
I forgot until just now that you said this was a platformer without a jump button because you were just like running into that wall waiting for that platform to come up, and I was like, oh right, you can't jump. You're just stuck here.
Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of silly when you see that happening in this game. You're like, where's the jump button? I go, I don't have one. So I need to switch our leader here because Odd can't cross this gap. Oh, come on. Cool. There's gonna be another one though. Most of the time that Mega Tank's gonna appear off screen. I'm just gonna try and keep it on screen because last night I had like a lot of issues during practice, just like being able to beat this Mega Tank, and I ended up wasting a lot of time. So luckily that was very quick. Please don't freeze me. That'll be great. So the final battle here, we're up against new enemies called tarantulas, and they're really strong. So we're going to hold the special attack button and throw grenades, and that beats the tarantulas very quickly. And now we're gonna just switch to our leader and deactivate the tower. Oh yes, I got this correct. That's nice. This puzzle can be a bit hard. Anyway, that will be my break, I guess.
Okay, yeah. So we're going to take a quick little break to get up and stretch and just practice some nice wellness habits. But don't go anywhere. We will be right back to finish off this run of Code Lyoko. Welcome back, everyone. We are ready to finish off this Code Lyoko run, but before that, just a couple of announcements. So the Games Done Quick Highlights channel is up on YouTube, and it features highlights from our Hotfix shows, and they're really fun to watch. I think a new one just went up today. So use !highlights in chat to learn more about that channel. Also, if you happen to be on YouTube watching this run, you can go to twitch.tv/gamesdonequick if you're interested in catching the shows live. They start weeknights at 7 p.m. Eastern and weekends at 1 p.m. Eastern. And with that, Ayan, I'm ready for you to take it away and show me the rest of this really fun game.
All right, I'm going to continue in 3, 2, 1, and go. So Chapter 9 is the first of, like, some really cool stuff, like really cool tech. Also, I thought I was our leader for a second, but I wasn't. So our leader has been having nightmares and all that stuff, and Jeremy wants to know what's up and what's wrong, and yeah. So he's gonna, but unfortunately our leader isn't not really talking to him. So we're gonna try to help our leader, basically, and we're gonna try and get some information about who this mysterious Franz Hopper is. So we're gonna steal a notebook from the receptionist's desk. Oh wow, that was pronunciation issues there. But yeah, that was. So we found out that the receptionist has a crush on the gym teacher. That isn't true in the actual show. The gym has a crush on Yolanda, the nurse, but the nurse does not appear in this game. So they just replaced that with the receptionist. Yeah. So now that he's found out that he has a date with the receptionist, we're going to be able to get into the office, no issues, hopefully. The archives. And we find out about a Franz Hopper who did live in this area. And this house was his house. So we're going to investigate this house further. Okay, good. I didn't go into the wrong room there. So we're going to check the computer, and we find out our leader has gone to Lyoko on by herself, which is really bad. So I think I'm gonna play as Yumi here, and I need goodness. I need where is it? There, and not 12 fans. 5 fans, yeah. There we go. Make sure I get the right upgrades here. Okay, so these enemies are usually pretty brutal against Yumi. But these enemies here, these hornets, are much better dealt with as Yumi. They're pretty strong, and they're weak against 12 fans. So now we're actually going to use telekinesis for its actual purpose here. We're going to lift this log.
That's so much less stylish than the way you have been going through the logs.
Yeah. And now we have this big fight here, and it's really useful to have Yumi here because there's a lot of hornets, and you really want Yumi here to deal with them. Please get back on land. It's really annoying when the hornets just fly off and you can't do anything about them. Did that hornet just instantly die? That's... Wow, okay. What? Wow! Okay. Well, I have to do that fight again. Wow, that was dumb.
You just sort of like... It just decided that you no longer got to stand there.
Yeah. Oh, never mind. I have to do that fight again. Thank goodness. I just had to move back here. Wow, that's something I've actually never seen happen as well. Wow. Oh, don't go off the edge again, please. Oh, too late for the platform. If only I had a jump button.
Nope, no jumps. No jumps allowed.
Yep. Oh yeah, sometimes that platform can... The game just glitches out there and the platform was... Yeah, it just tricks you. For some reason. Gonna ignore that Cranklet. So, Jeremy figures out the... Oh wow, I just moved myself forward. I didn't know I could do that. Another thing that I haven't done before. So... Now... This orb is going to bring us to Carthage, which is the 5th sector of Code Lyoko. Of Lyoko, sorry. And Yumi is highly recommended here. So this is going to be... I believe this is going to be the first mission, maybe? I can't remember, with some skips. Or maybe the next one. Also, if you notice, this music is... Oh, wow, I went to the wrong direction. But yeah, this music, especially when I play this game like at night, it makes me go to sleep. So, pretty dangerous to do speedruns at night. Luckily, it is morning in my time zone, so I'm not gonna feel it. Feel like going to sleep, which is good. But yeah, this music just wants to, yeah, makes me want to go to sleep. Very ambient. Yep, okay, so remember how I mentioned we don't have a jump button? Well, we do have combo attacks. So I just skipped a battle there. So we're going to see a bunch of these skips especially in Sector 5 or Carthage. So first of all, I'm going to upgrade you quickly here, just to get the Lyoko point upgrade here, and then use Auric. Oh yeah, he's still sliding thanks to the super sprint animation, even though we're not in a super sprint area, which is funny. Yumi again. We're gonna skip another fight. This one is a bit less precise, fortunately. Oh. Really was that bottom platform. There's like a later puzzle where the top one is correct. I need to be careful as I make my approach here. Of course, Jeremy tells us to watch out for the laser beams, but we can just like easily run through and not get hit. Alright, cool. So I believe Chapter 10 explores more of our leader's past. There's not a lot of filler in Season 2, but there will be a filler episode, I think, in the next one. And that's like the only filler episode that we're going to get, because Season 2 has a lot of plot to it. And it's arguably one of the best seasons of Code Lyoko. So Alita had a flashback to a doll that she loved when she was little, called Mr. Puck. And I'm going to show it to Jeremy, who doesn't want to see it, apparently. Then... now we're playing as Jeremy. So the key that fell out of it was a key to a locker in a train station, which is related to Franz Hopper again. Why it's in Mr. Puck, I don't know. Go in there. So the big issue now is Jeremy gets possessed by Xana while he's like checking out the CDs that he found in the locker. So now we have to go to Lyoko. But unfortunately, Odd and Auric, as they're about to tell us, they can't go because they're held up by Jeremy. So what the game doesn't tell us, but if you watch the show, you would know that Yumi knows how to activate the scanners. So you have to go to the laboratory first and then go into the scanner room. So yeah, we're basically playing as Yumi now, just by herself. So this auto-scroll section is probably the hardest in the game, mainly because you have to like not hit that. Thank goodness that was early, but yeah.
Yeah, that was just an example, right?
Yeah, that was just, yeah. But yeah, it's like one of the hardest auto-scroll sections because you have to manage your boost, pretty much. And having the 100, getting the Lyoko point upgrade is very, very important. So. I probably should have grabbed that extra yellow Lyoko points. Lyoko points is basically like your MP. I have to slow down here because if I go full speed ahead, I would hit that barrier. Okay, good. I probably will slow down a little bit because I did crash early, which is pretty unfortunate, but we should be getting this pretty quickly through this area. All right, so what sector we're in? We'll find out. Carthage already. Okay. So this section is very much we're going to just use Yumi a lot. I mean, she's the only character that we can use, apart from our leader, but our leader really can't do anything. So yeah, we're going to take this shortcut here. I think that was meant to be like a secret area you can go down to, but yeah, thanks to that little secret area, we can get through this this area very quickly. Again, we don't need a jump button. We can just use the combo moves that can jump for us.
I think that's more of a directed fall than a jump.
I guess it can be considered that, yeah.
You know, it's controlled falling.
Yeah, she does like jump roll forwards in this case.
You can't break the narrative about there being no jump. Like, we have to maintain there not being a jump.
I mean, there is not a jump
fall.
button. Yeah, it is like. It'll be interesting what this game will be like with a jump button. It'll probably be very broken.
There's got to be a modder somewhere that can do that for us. That'd be pretty cool.
All right. Oh, please let me use telekinesis. So unfortunately, even though there's a platform just going up, I can't reach it in time. I just miss out on it. Super unfortunate. I use the map on the bottom screen just to get like a heads up. On what was coming up. So yeah, creepers are weak to the fast forward move, and also those enemies that are like on like a pogo. They're like unique enemies to the game. So there's some like enemies that are not in the show, but they are in this game.
So I've noticed that you don't take fall damage, but what happens if you push an enemy off a platform like you just did? Like,
oh, they just die.
Okay, well that's good.
Yeah.
That could be really unfortunate if they didn't.
Yeah. Definitely nice for us, and we definitely take full advantage of it if they happen to be silly like that. Sometimes you can be silly and fall into the pit there. Anyway, so this next section, you're supposed to beat the Skipperzoa, which is like a weird jellyfish monster that is currently sucking well, fortunately I didn't do that, but unfortunately, so it basically sucks Alita's brains out. Like, it looks like it's doing that, but it's actually like sucking her memories out or something like that. But we can just let Alita go to her fate as we yeah, basically skip having to beat the Skipperzoa. So bye Alita.
Can't believe you do that.
I know. She's gonna be fine though. We're gonna do this puzzle in time, provided that the bottom screen cooperates. And now we're done with it. So our leader is saved. Totally. And now we're in probably arguably the biggest run killer chapter in the game. I'm gonna get the attack upgrade and Saber Sting. So this skip here is deceptively hard to pull off, so hopefully I can get it. let me... Thank you. There we go. Second try. It's much more difficult than it looks because there's like an invisible wall that also prevents you from moving forward. But there's a lot of tricks in this mission alone. Okay, so this barrier just lets us through. Again, there's supposed to be a barrier there, but we just able to go through the side. So now Yumi is held captive by the Skipperzoa, which is very unusual because usually it goes after our leader to go after her memories. So there's not really much of a point for it to go after Yumi, right? Please let me through this. Okay, we just made it through and we got the checkpoint. Thank goodness. We might easily die in this next part, so hopefully we don't, but we'll see. Okay. I'm going to take this a little bit slow here, just so I don't end up dying. Because there's going to be another wave of enemies, and there's one particular enemy I don't want to get hit by, which is the tarantula. The tarantula does a lot of damage if you're completely defenseless. But luckily, these blocks are very easy to beat, provided they don't freeze you. And now we switch to our leader. And we do this little puzzle here. This puzzle is where I believe some of the puzzles get a little bit harder. But I know the solution. So, excuse me, game. So, everyone's returned back from Lyoko except for Yumi, which is a little bit weird. Also, I just went back to the scanner room. That's not where I was supposed to be going. So, we're going to ask Jeremy, hey, what's up? Why didn't Yumi come back? And it turns out Xana must have stole something from her while being held captive by the Skipperzoa that we clearly defeated. So now we must find Sissy. And I think I went in the wrong direction. Yeah, I think she's actually upstairs in the girls' dorm. Let me get through. Thank you. So remember how we stole a plush toy from her room earlier? Well, we're giving it back to her now, just so we can say, hey, can we just convince you to pose as Yumi for the school photo while she's stuck on Lyoko? Also, I'm just going to grab this little Tora here for fan service. That's her little doll that she has in the corner. Now we're going to have to go back to the school after grabbing Yumi's dress for the photo. Oh, it selected the plush toy. I did not know the game did that. Okay. Note to self, don't collect the plush toy next time. Okay, so we're definitely playing as Auric again because we're going to go through the same mission, but except we're going to go through a different route in it. So, fortunately, they didn't bother with the barrier in this part because they know we can easily get through it. Ah, dang it, too slow. At least I can dance here a little bit. So we're going to do a little trick here. So Xana did not program these cranklets to spawn correctly. So we're just going to go in this little corner here and despawn them. So we don't have to deal with that fight. We just simply go for it. That fight is actually really tough to do. So I'm very glad that that despawn was found, so we don't have to deal with them. And now we're going to deal with tarantulas. I'm just going to take them out. You can clip through the barrier behind them, but it's a pretty difficult clip, so I'm not going to bother with it. Yeah, so we have to play as a leader for a little bit, and we're gonna collect extra Lyoko points for safety, and we're gonna play as Yumi because yeah, she's still on Lyoko, so we just met up with her. And yeah, the main reason why we're on Lyoko is just to find the code to get Yumi out of Lyoko, because she has a life on Earth. So anyway, we're activating that switch, but we have a barrier in the way still. Oh. So we're going to set up for this jump here. That's pretty easy to pull off. Thanks to our blast forward.
What do you think it's like inside of that big orb?
I know Odd gets motion sickness because it spins around all hard.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
But that's it. That's all I know about the orb. But it must be pretty spacious if all four of them can fit in. But anyway, we're playing as Yumi again. Basically, the big rule I need to go this way. Basically, the big rule for Carthage is most of the time you start off as Yumi. That Lyoko point for safety, even though it's not really much. Oh, no. That's the wrong attack. Can I hit them both at once? No. So I'm just going to do a quick switcheroo to Odd. I'm going to get the Lyoko power upgrade. I'm also going to get some upgrades for Auric, I think. Actually, no, not yet. I can get it later. Yep, cool. So when I'm sliding up against that wall, so I don't have to like wait there. But yeah, I'm grabbing that checkpoint for safety, and this is very laggy because both the top screen and the bottom screen are being used at the same time. So I'm going to be careful with my positioning here and not get too far into the arena, because otherwise a battle will trigger. Okay, cool. So yeah, you can just skip that battle by like just positioning odd there and shooting the switch. And I'm going to switch to Auric and promptly upgrade here. But that's it. So again, Creeper's weakness are the speed slash, like the... Excuse me? Wow, I'm getting destroyed. Okay. That was weird, but we made it through.
Yeah, that was scary. Your health number got real tiny.
I was just like, that doesn't... Wow, they don't usually beat me up like that, but they did. If you get hit by the creeper's physical attacks, they do a lot of damage. Okay, cool. So this is the super sprint section. Just came on it just in time. Cool. This is a big super sprint, so gonna need... What?
What?
I guess I was on the right side just because it like went immediately back up. Wow. So hopefully I don't fall off after all that. Wow. Anyway. Oh, I didn't select that game. There we go. Alright, so, you know, you're supposed to fight enemies here. And I missed. I just missed, unfortunately. Okay, cool.
Still never fought any enemies, so still a success.
Yep. At least there. Oh, down. Oh, please. Yeah, but this puzzle's pretty obvious. You just use big pieces. Alright, chapter 12. So we got past the chapter that is kind of a huge run killer, which is nice. That chapter usually kills a lot of runs because of the difficulty of the tricks. Anyway. Okay, yeah. I thought we were in this section. I was just like, is it loading correctly? Is it gonna crash? Because I have had the game crash in certain sections before. Luckily, this game like saves after every mission. But yeah, Odds is probably the easiest auto-scroller section. even though you got a lot of things to dodge, and his like section where you have to use his power in the middle of it is like, yeah, it's much more lenient than any other Lyoko Warriors section there. So once again, our leader has a nightmare, and she wants to talk to someone about it, which is a good thing. So we're definitely going to talk to Yumi about it. She's been our bestie for a while. She's hanging out with this character called William, who's basically a foil or part of this love triangle between Ulrich, Yumi, and William. It's, yeah. Anyway, so like Jeremy tells her not to worry about it too much, and she goes like, no, I have to find some answers. So she goes into the Hermitage, which does creep her out. Oh, there we go. Cutscene. Like, good. Gonna check out the window. Oh no, Xana's attacking. But luckily, we're in a place that's pretty close to where we need to go. So, and we do have an access point of where we can access the sewers and go to Lyoko. Oh yeah, so I should mention about the factory too. So the factory actually it actually is a real life factory in France, but unfortunately it got demolished just after it was like declared a heritage site or something like that. So it practically only lives through this show. Also, I really need that Lyoko power pack. Because yes, we're playing as our leader again. But yeah, it's like the only way you can like see that factory is through the Lyoko show. I believe it used to be like a Renault car factory or something like that. And yeah, the school itself also exists. Like, it is an actual boarding school that they based it off, which is pretty cool as well.
Every time you walk off a ledge, I have a small amount of panic because, like, I don't know, something with the camera angle, like, I can never quite tell what's going on, and you just, like, walk off a ledge, and I'm like, oh no! And then there's a platform underneath.
Yeah, there's going to be a drop coming up here soon, but it's not as scary because it's very obvious what I'm lining up with. But now I have to be very careful during this laser section. I do have a Lyoko pack here, a life point pack here, in order to not die. Okay. I can't believe I didn't get damaged by that laser. That's kind of unbelievable. I was like doing a double take there, going, what? I didn't get damaged by that? Yeah, these platforms move pretty slowly, so we're gonna purposely death warp here. For safety, I am gonna use this pack here so our leader doesn't die. because we're potentially going to do another one or not, depending if I get this trick. Hopefully get it. Oh! Just missed it. For some reason I was like too far to the right, which is, yeah, kind of weird. But you can actually land on that platform, but it's a little bit difficult too. I did do that in my PB, which I had quite a reaction to. Okay, this, please, please DS bottom screen. Oh, too early. So now we're going to upgrade Auric a bit, so I need to also keep an eye on my points as well. So we're going to go for the Dragon Flip. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have done that, but we're going to have a life point back here. I need more Lyoko points for the health upgrade. Nice. That was actually a really smooth Skipperzoa kill. So hopefully I can get through this section without any hitches. If I don't, I can just kill off these enemies. But yeah. Oh, there we go. Nice.
Nice, third try.
Yeah.
Love to see it.
Hopefully I don't die here, although I just hit checkpoint, so we're good. Those mines do a lot of damage. So normally you're supposed... So normally in the show, you see them fighting over at the, like, outside of Sector 5, and there's just, yeah. They're usually in their vehicles or fighting because they can't fly themselves, but the game does something to compensate for that, like just stay on the platform and all that. But yeah. Okay, this puzzle is pretty straightforward. Not that. There we go. Oh, can I get the health? I don't think that's a good idea to get the health upgrade. So anyway, so there's a lot of trouble in Lyoko because now that Xana's activated 5 towers, like, whoa, we gotta deal with this. Gotta get to the factory fast. And we're going to use a different route because we're actually coming from Yumi's home. Oh, the old lady's in the way. Sometimes you just get bad luck and sometimes like NPCs just appear in your way. That could have happened earlier with Yumi going towards Bin. And the lady, there's like a young lady that gets in the way. So now we're going to the laboratory and oh, there's this Franz Hopper all of a sudden. The guy that Jeremy has been investigating, looking for his diary. Or trying to decrypt his diary. So he claims that the virtualization process wasn't like ready to go. And if you virtualize someone like too much, there's this thing called cellular degeneration. And apparently that's affecting Yumi. And then he gets like the whole group to turn against Jeremy. So that ain't good. I'm... Okay. So So basically, I've just fully upgraded Auric now, and we actually need to do that. So hopefully I don't do anything stupid here, because I don't have many Lyoko points left over. This is a little bit of a risk here. Okay, good. So please let me through. Oh my goodness. So this chapter is like, so this section of Lyoko is like skip central. So we're going to skip that fight. And we're going to do, and after this platforming section, or platformers, and we're just going to move to one platform to another. We're going to skip this particular fight by... So, they didn't put a barrier up between this platform and here, and so we're allowed to despawn these enemies. And yeah, we can just go through this area without having to beat them all. Oh, I'm just going to grab this for safety. Yep, this is a French cartoon. I would highly recommend to watch it. You can watch it through either... All the episodes are up on YouTube through... through the actual official show. That's very nice that they put the episodes up on YouTube, and it's also the Netflix version. But I think the YouTube version is better. Oh yeah, I have Dragon Flip Saber. Why aren't I using it? That kills me in one combo.
So, would you say that the game or the show is better? Which do you prefer?
Oh, that's, well, I get to go through like 50-something episodes in 2 hours, so I don't have to
That's
binge
pretty
as
good.
much, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty solid.
But yeah, that was Skip Central, the chapter. But here's the thing. So Jeremy has figured out that Franz Hopper's actually Xana. Oh no. We gotta stop Xana. So this is kind of cool that they allow you to go wherever you want to use whatever route to get to Lyoko. We're obviously going to go through the fastest route, which is the boiler room. Because that's just basically the less distance to travel. So we're going to ignore our leader here because we don't actually need to talk to her. And now we're going to do some more hacking. And under Franz Hopper's, well, not Franz Hopper's nose, basically. And now we're going to talk to this clone eye leader that Jeremy has created. And I think we actually play as Auric here. Yes, we do. This is like the exception. Just gonna wait for that because I don't want to die. So what's really a nice way to like slow yourself down very quickly is to use the block button. And now we're going to purposely death walk back to the checkpoint. So I'm just going to kill these enemies here. It's just much easier than going for the clip. The clip is like really hard to go for. How dare you? How dare you? Stop running away. So now we're going to play as odd. And so you see that switch in the middle there? You're supposed to go all the way around and go into the middle, but I'm just going to shoot the switch. Yeah, that's... Thanks, Odd, for your sniping abilities. Oh goodness, I almost got hit by that. That would be very bad. Okay, gonna have to wait for this one. Okay, so I'm gonna line myself up here. I think this is the correct way. Oh, that's... What just happened? Okay, cool. So yeah, we basically skip a puzzle or a hacking section, and yeah, we don't have to do the extra runarounds. Oh, and just by doing that little trick. So here is pretty hard to hit the switch. We're purposely going into this battle mainly because we need to hit that switch, and it might not be easy to hit. Oh, I don't think I hit that, unfortunately. That looked like it was like at the right angle, but it wasn't. So there's like a giant invisible wall that prevents you from hitting the target. So I had to aim at a very weird angle, of course. This might take me a few attempts. Dang it. Yeah, this trick isn't easy, but hopefully I can show it off. If not, I'm just gonna probably just use Auric to take them out, because... yeah, Auric just is a powerhouse at the moment. Okay, got it. Cool. So I'm going to switch, so we have to switch to our leader here. Now again, I have to be very careful when I'm playing as our leader, because if I die as our leader at any point, I have to start the mission all over again. So let's not do that. I'm going to take the safe path through this. If I was doing serious attempts, I would take more risks. So yeah, you see those blocks? We can go through this with yeah, with Auric. Alright, this puzzle is one of the harder ones, so hopefully I remember it or remember what to do here. That is not correct. Did I seriously remember it incorrectly? No way. There we go. Oh, so this is just like, wait a moment. So Jeremy reveals that he tricked the fake Franz Hopper, and yeah, we're now past through this point. So now we're in chapter 14, which is the second last chapter in the game, and the final episode of season 2 that is going to be shown off. This is the last auto-scroll section of the game. I don't really need to collect these points, but I will just for safety reasons. It's nice having pretty much extra lives. I need to slow down here because if I go too fast, that barrier will actually stop work. Yeah, Jeremy's telling me something weird is going on, which shouldn't be surprising. This is part of the territory. Did I? Okay, good. That sound effect didn't go off, so I was a bit confused. So now we're actually in a boss fight. Like, for real boss fight. I'm gonna get a Lyoko, a life point pack just for safety. And this boss has the best laugh. It's a fake Auric, oh no. He also has the best laugh. Yeah, so we don't use combo, sorry about hitting my mic, but we don't use combo attacks, we actually just use our normal attacks. Oh, too aggressive. He's like on a sliver of HP. Now we beat the boss, and now we're gonna find out some huge plot twist stuff. So I hope you're ready. So, first of all, well, yeah, Franz Hopper built Lyoko and all that. And we also found out that Alita is actually his daughter. And that he spent like 2,546 days perfecting this Return to the Past program, which is the equivalent to like 7 years of like returning to the past and repeating the same day over and over again. So, yeah, very unhealthy, but at the same time, the government agents came for them the next day and, oh, hold on. Need to fight these enemies here. So now that we found out also that Xana basically stole Arlene's memory. Okay, gonna line myself up here. Oof. Unfortunately, I stepped too far. So this is kind of precise with Auric. But it is optimal. If I have to do it with Yumi, I will, because Yumi's version is a bit easier, but yeah, I want to just show it off with Auric. Okay, cool. That was second try. Nice. Yeah, this music's pretty great. So again, I'm taking a little bit of a risk with our leader here. She's going to be on 50 HP, which is more than enough, but I want to keep that Lyoko life point pack just in case for the end of the mission. Because they do something very nasty at the very end of the mission. I need to line that up better. Yeah, so Yumi's is a lot easier to do. Oh wow, I can't believe I made that through. I'll take it. Yeah, gonna avoid those lasers. They actually do a lot of damage to you, like 25 HP damage. Oh, sorry, life point damage. Oh, hey. Wow, that mine was perfectly placed. So this is probably, I think, the toughest hacking puzzle in the game. No, that goes here. That goes here. That goes here. Yep, okay. Get rid of the big piece. Oof, wow, that was very close to getting hit by that laser. And I just did just that. So we're going to switch to Auric for this final part of the mission. And hopefully I can get this angle correct. Oh, looks like I got it. No. That's unfortunate. I thought I had it. shit. Alright. Let's try that again. I think if I don't beat these, like, game... if I get past it, it's just like, yeah. It's gonna be... I'll just beat up these enemies. Okay, cool. So I need to be careful here, because if Arlita gets hit twice, it's really bad. Don't you dare, game. Don't you dare murder her. Not this stage of this mission. They were trying to do it. That's why I had that life point pack. So Arlita gets captured by the Skipperzoa. She loses like her memories, but also Franz Hopper basically saves her life. He's somewhere on Lyoko apparently, and but the problem is Xana is also free. So now we get into the episode of the season 3 that's in the game, so that's meant to promote season 3. So yeah, this also is kind of a long Earth section. So basically the new school year started, and Odd's gonna be finding out some horrible news that he is not gonna be classmates with Auric and Jeremy. Hello, let me talk to Auric. So he's gonna handle this situation. He's gonna go back to his room and get something that we stole from one of the teachers earlier. So remember that notebook? We're using that to get access to the principal's office. I think we stole it way back in like, goodness, like chapter 5, I think? No, chapter 6. But yeah, it's been a long time. Apparently Odd has kept that notebook for at least a year. So you're gonna get the receptionist her notebook back, and then we're gonna talk to the principal about why our classes have been changed, and we found that the gym teacher was responsible for it. The gym teacher. So we're going to talk to him. We're going to go backtrack to our room. Oh, not our room, the gym teacher's room. But he's not here. But we found some blackmail on him. So we're going to try to convince this gym to put us in the classes with our friends. Also, Orochi and Yumi are hanging out a lot together. You can talk to them for some, I guess, some texts about season 3. But for those that have watched the show and know what happened at the start of season 3, yeah, know what happened between them. So Odd just goes like, I'm going to try and blackmail you. He goes like, okay. He goes like, and then he goes like, no, blackmailing is bad. I won't do it. And he goes like, okay, well, I'll let you back in your class with your friends. And that whole situation is resolved. So now we get to go back to our room and enjoy a peaceful day at school, right? Wrong. we have to deal with Xana one more time. So obviously we're going to go through the boiler room because it's fastest. And now we're going to go in the farm mission. So the farm mission is up against an enemy called the Scorpion, which is an enemy made for this game. We're going to get all this stuff and a life point pack, and we're going to just go. So hopefully I can squeeze myself in here. There we go. So I just use odd special attack, which is like a beam shot, and allows me to get through. And do some little trip damage to the Scorpion. Now the Scorpion's in 3 phases. Now you're probably thinking, did we just skip Yumi's phase? Well, no. You're supposed to fight this section of the Scorpion as Yumi, but yeah. It's much faster to fight it as Odd for the first 2 sections. Gonna have to use that life point pack. Fortunately, this stage of the fight is not going as fast, which is fine. As long as I don't die. Okay. You're leaving? No, you're not. Okay. Man, this... Wow. Excuse me, game. There's not much time where he is vulnerable. He's only vulnerable when he's like idle, which is really annoying. So I'm probably going to get another Lyoko pack here and not select our leader. That's not a good idea.
You mean you don't want to do the final level with a game over character?
Okay, cool. Okay, that fight went a lot better. Okay, so Odd's barely alive, but he should be good.
You've got 15 more HP than you need. No problem.
So the final section of the game is I'll be Auric, and we're going to beat the final phase of the Scorpion as Auric. Take it safe here, because these super sprint sections are very long and tedious times. Oh no. Yeah, sometimes that happens and you go like, nope. Where the characters in their like fall animation or like, yeah, getting off on a big fall. Hopefully I make it to the end. Yep, there we go. Okay, now we can fight the final phase of Scorpion. They do have a life point pack, and also I hope we don't soft lock here, because we can if the Scorpion goes in the wrong spot. It very rarely happens though. and that's the final phase of the Scorpion. So time is when I go into the light as our leader, which is going to be in 20 seconds, provided I don't mess up this last part. Okay, cool. We didn't mess up this last part. Okay. And time.
GG.
Thank you. So, so apparently the Scorpion is not dead, but we're going to find out that our leader can actually use an upgrade energy beam and defeats the Scorpion, and somehow is able to grab the ledge as well. Very amazing trick. So, can I spend a minute saying this last bit of dialogue in the game, because it is absolutely amazing.
Sure.
Okay, cool. Well done. You saved Lyoko, but Xana is far from defeated. There will be more battles to come, so keep a lookout for new episodes of Code Lyoko, with even more secrets coming soon. Congratulations, you completed the Code Lyoko video game. Well done, you're almost as sneaky as me, but much more modest. You now have access to my hacking program. Why don't you try it out and see what you can unlock? You might find some interesting secrets. Don't forget to visit us at colyoko.com. By the way, don't visit that site. It might have viruses and all that stuff, or maybe Xena will attack you. Just don't visit it. Goodbye for now. See you soon. So Yumi, when you said friends and that's it, I don't suppose. Well, let's just wait and see what happens, okay? And that's it.
Awesome.
Anyway, so Code Lyoko was basically the Code Lyoko series, especially Quest for Infinity, was like the start of how I started speedrunning. So this series definitely has a special place in my heart, and yeah, it's. So the Quest for Infinity and the DS games are really good speedruns, and you can visit us at the Code Lyoko speedrunning Discord, where we talk about pretty much every Code Lyoko game, and even the fan games as well. But I don't think there's any speedrun leaderboards for that yet. But we do have leaderboards for the actual games, which is DS, which is this one, Quest for Infinity, and Fall of Xena, which is the other DS title, which is, we don't talk about that much. I'm the only one that's done a run of it. So, and if you like to just follow me for just this game or any other game that I run, I usually run RPGs, but yeah, this series does have a special place in my heart because it did start off me speedrunning. So
So just tell everyone where they can find you.
Yeah, you can see me at twitch.tv/AonFrodo. The A and the F may be capitalized, or you can keep it lowercase, but yeah, I'll be there. And I'm also at Twitter on at RealAonFrodo. Also, that music just cut off in the middle, and it's pretty awkward. It just always takes me by surprise.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Aon, for being here and showing us this awesome, silly run. Chat, don't go anywhere because we have a super fancy pants run coming up next right after a quick break. We'll be right back with that.
Thanks for having me.
With my friend Newt playing Super Fancy Pants, which I'm super excited about because it just sounds fun and silly. But before we start that, I want to remind everyone that Games Done Quick will be at PAX East 2022, April 21st to April 24th. And if you're interested in submitting a run, use !PAX in the Twitch chat and you'll find that form. Also, just a friendly reminder that your subs, your gift subs, your Prime Gaming subs, your bits, all of those things help support our weekly hotfix content. So please consider using those things to support the content that you love to see here. That's all I have. So, Newt, why don't you take over?
Hello, GDQ Hotfix. And welcome to part 2 of tonight's Awfully Silly, Awfully Frosty block. Hi, I'm Newt, or you can call me May, and I'm gonna be playing some Super Fancy Pants Adventure. This game is a lot of fun and really weird and bizarre, and it fits the silly theme for sure. I would also like to say I am joined by 2 lovely commentators, and you can go ahead and introduce yourselves.
And you're just gonna let us fight over who goes first?
Oh yeah,
Not gonna
definitely.
Give us an order or anything? All right, well, I guess I'll jump in
Ladies
here.
first.
Hi, my name is Kayla, or Miss Stop, whichever you prefer. I use she, it pronouns. And I'm here to watch some fancy pants go frickin' fast.
I'm Wojo42, they, he. Also here to watch some fancy pants in action.
Awesome. Yo, okay, I do want to say, we got to choose an outfit real quick.
How good of friends do you want to stay with me, May?
I do have an idea. I'll hear you out. What do you got?
I was just gonna say anything in the flower pot.
Anything in the flower pot. Ugh.
Because, I mean, look, we're on Awfully Silly.
No, that's true.
What
Yeah.
about, like,
that
the
with the polka dots.
Yeah, oh, yes, that's it, perfect.
Yeah, I got
Polka
you.
pot.
The polka pot.
Oh, it's perfect.
It's
a deal.
So,
Those are some super fancy pants.
Those
let me tell
are
ya.
the fanciest pants, honestly. Yeah, so before I get started here, I just want to explain a couple of things that you're going to see. So the main movement tech in this game is called slide jumping, very creatively. It's when you jump out of a slide. So when you like land on the ground from the air, if you hold down, you can like go into a slide, and you can see how that gives like a quick little jolt of speed. We love that, and we're going to utilize that by chaining jumps one after another. So if I start here on the bed and I just do like a normal jump, I'm like there, I land kind of close to the door, right? If we do a slide jump, just to show, like, boom, like, all the way over to the wall. It gives us a lot of distance, a lot of speed. We're gonna try to do that as much as possible. Yeah. That being said, I think we're ready to get started with this run. What do y'all think?
I think we're ready.
All
I
right.
think so.
And
Alright.
if y'all are ready on time, it's going to start as soon as I start moving. So would someone like to give me a countdown?
I can run it back from Frost Fatales. Are you ready?
I am ready.
All right, Newt. Your run begins in 3, 2, 1. Good luck and have fun.
Thank you.
Let's get it.
Let's get it. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this game is... Sorry, I just saw like part of the flowers actually clipping through the door. There, at the beginning. That's fun. The flower pot, oh, okay. I hope it doesn't mess me up too much.
So the flower pot is a pretty notoriously bad hat because of the way that it actually makes your character look while doing like jumps and such. So it's really confusing for the center of mass that we're used to in the speedruns. It throws you off a lot more than you'd think.
I
Why would you
totally
do
understand because
It's awfully silly.
I have speedrun the PS4 Spider-Man game, and some of those suits are just like cursed, and you cannot play the game correctly with them. It's just impossible.
No, the flower pot hat is essentially just a long-running joke within people who have speedrun the game.
Exactly. All right, oh my gosh, okay. Kayla, thank you so much for choosing the flower pot.
I only do what's most entertaining for the crowd.
That's fair.
I am a woman of show business.
Same. And tonight's gonna be a bit of a show. So right now we're in the first level of the game, Spire. It's a lot of like vertical movement, whereas like most of the rest of the game is going to be mostly horizontal movement. So it's a little bit different. We don't really have as many opportunities to really gain a lot of speed really quickly and maintain that over several screens. something really interesting about this game is loading zones that like go from one horizontal room to another actually will maintain your momentum and like the direction that you're moving at the same time, which allows you to carry your momentum from one room to the next. It's very, very cool and also complicated.
Just one piece of speed tech I want to point out that I don't think we've mentioned yet, but I've seen you do like a million times, is that little swinging the pen in the air. So by swinging the pen in the air, you can pivot in the air so we can land in the correct horizontal position. And it just lets us get, you know, like the slide jumps as we were mentioning earlier, it just lets us land into a slide jump a lot earlier.
You also mentioned that we have the pen already because we're doing the new game plus.
Yes, that's kind of important.
Which is a little bit
Thank you,
important.
Wojo.
In addition,
would you like to explain the category?
Sure. New Game Plus lets us start the run with pretty much everything completed. That means that we start with the pen. That means that we start with all of the pen's abilities, which are ink dependent. You can see the ink meter in the top right corner of the screen. Starting with largest life bar, highest attack power, everything else. This is going to let us do some crazy skips later on the run. Also means we can avoid some bosses, do some other things.
Exactly.
Just to add one more thing onto that, you're going to notice that New is not using the pen a whole lot because you're not supposed to have it in the game at this point, so there's no way to actually refill the pen yet. So it's saved for a few select instances.
Exactly. But we will get to see it used quite a bit in the next few levels.
Valley
I'm
mode.
gonna like go here. Yeah. Oh, we're good. We're good. Back
Literally a
around.
winnable scenario.
This room. Like the beginning of this room is one instance where like if you don't have like a perfect speed going from one room to the next, it really slows down your movement in this room.
This part, honestly, I'm not
One of
trying
the
to
hardest
say
parts
it,
of the
but
route,
it is one of the hardest parts of the run. Aside from Volcano, but like Volcano is like a really easy just pick. Getting this part down well is so much harder than most of the rest of the run.
Okay.
I like to refer to Fancy Pants as the best Sonic game ever made, just because of how it's so similarly built on just obtaining and then keeping your momentum constantly. And once you lose it, once you have a slope, you can get it back on track. But in those super long sections, once you're off, it throws off the rest of the route for the room. Really easy to stack
It
up
does.
time loss.
It does, which makes Squiggleville in particular a really difficult level, and like honestly, I think is the hardest level of the speedrun. Coupled with like all of those little maintaining momentum from one room to the next, but also like this level in particular has so many weird slopes and angles that it's hard to get like consistent speed off of your slide jumps at all, because in addition to like slide jumps being dependent on like how fast you're moving when you go into the jump, it is entirely dependent on the angle of the ground underneath you as well. So like sloped angles is bonkers hard.
And speaking of sloped angles, there's one trick that I do just want to mention.
Nice.
Just a little side bet for a cup of tea. There's a trick called Swag Portal, where you do a portal in a very flashy manner. It's really fun because it loses time.
Bad first intro.
You might die. It achieves nothing, and yet every single time there's ever been a run in an event with me and Newt, we always make a bet.
I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna go for it, and I'm gonna get it again.
You've gotten it every single time.
This
you
coming
are-
up is like
you-
the first.
Oh, no, it's all good.
That right there was like the
Yeah.
first big skip of the run. Normally you're supposed to do a whole combat section or to unlock the door, but by using one of our pen's abilities early, we can just ascend off the enemies in order to jump over the wall. That'll be happening like once or twice more throughout the run.
Yep. Hopefully we'll see another skip just like it in the last level of the game as well. Oop. Ah, it's okay. I've got ink. We're good.
Yeah, you're good. Speaking of the next trick, bathtub skip.
Yeah, you got this.
It's a big giant skip. So there's a big giant bathtub and a big elevator in it and a whole lot of cutscenes. And we're speedrunners and we notoriously hate cutscenes. So Meet's gonna line herself up and she's gonna get on top of the bathtub and then count to 8. We're counting
7.
to 8 this time. 7, oh my god.
I don't need 8.
If you die to this.
No, I'm good.
You nailed
I'm
it. You're so good. And then so basically, that puts you in the loading zone for the next part of the level. You have to walk back and jump off so that it respawns you up here. But then it just skips so many cutscenes that it's worth it even having to like walk off and reset.
Really fun. Good stuff. Overall, big fans.
I know I'm supposed to be doing like hosty things right now, but I've just been like, I just can't stop watching this. This is just so cool. Like I literally just went and bought the game right now because I have to play this. This is awesome.
I maintain that this is a very, very, very good game. You just have to go into it knowing what you're playing.
Exactly.
Oh, speaking of knowing what we're playing, hi, welcome to Tree Pirate Valley. So basically, this is where we get a bunch of ink and we are just allowed to go with it. Those little wells in the ground refill ink fully, as well as all the enemies here. If you hit them with the pen, you really iframed that. It gives you your ink back. So we go from using it like 4 times in the entire run to 11 times in this first screen. Wonderful bully ladder. And it's really, really cool.
That screen also showed off like all the unique properties that you find with that pen dash. Obviously, you have that horizontal boost momentum, but as Kayla alluded to, you also get invulnerability during the mix of the dash. Last thing that you get off it is the ability to...
It's so much.
Yeah. Also, if you hit an enemy while pen dashing, you can actually jump out of it. That's why we were able to jump over the wall earlier combat section.
Okay, still good. I was a little scared that I wasn't going to be able to.
That was terrifying.
To hit that dash. Yeah, that was actually terrifying. Ooh, I don't. Here, I know what to do. I'll just do it off of that guy.
Heck yeah.
I didn't have any ink. Routing on the fly.
It happens.
All right. Whoa. I don't think I've ever done that without hitting one of the enemies that spawns there. That, I guess I can, wow, is that my this has never happened before moment?
All right, everybody cross that one off the bingo card. We got it. It happened.
We got it.
Cross it off.
I've honestly never done that
GDQ bingo
before.
card.
There it is. You heard it here first.
Talking about the game. Welcome to Tree Pirate Rescue Party, where there's a bunch of pirates that need to be rescued, and we're the ones to do it. So, there's a couple here. We're coming off a pirate pogo, which is it's such a visually appealing trick.
Okay, we're good.
But otherwise, yeah, we are saving pirates. They're trapped in ink. Ink is mean, and we don't want to be a part of it. So we're letting them free so that they can let us use the ship, and then we can get out of here.
Beautiful.
Beautifully done.
Thank you. Get out of here, bird.
Oh my, birds. Me and birds do not have a very healthy relationship.
These birds are honestly...
these birds.
They're such a pain.
I want to give a shout out to every single sub 20 attempt that has ever died to any of those birds. You are the worst.
Ooh. Ooh, okay.
I still only have a 1959.
Oh, this is making me nervous. Oh, okay. I just want you all in
disgusting.
chat
That was
to know
disgusting.
that is not normally how you're supposed to go through that room. But
we just
we'll
watched
make
Good
it work.
improvisation.
So many
Thank you.
iframes. So many undeserved iframes.
Hey, you got past that spike first time.
I did.
Fancy pants moment. Thank you.
All right.
I watched you hop before death.
Hey, so this is the second boss of the game. You might be wondering, whatever happened to the first boss? Well, in case you missed it, we just like jumped right over the little hole that leads to the boss fight because we game and we don't even need that. So yeah, so this is the second boss fight. A wonderful opportunity to maybe grab some water, hydrate a little bit, and get ready for Volcano Approach.
Volcano Approach, and get ready for me to probably give Newt money for tea. She's gotten it every time. I have no doubts.
Oh, I don't know. I have no guarantees. During my practice run, I didn't get it, so
Every single time, this is how it goes. You don't get it in practice. We get on, and it happens.
all right. Volcano Approach is like really interesting. I think it's like one of my favorite levels to run, minus like maybe Volcano. But after the first couple of rooms, we actually run out of ways to refill our ink. So we have to conserve our uses of Ink Dash as much as possible. And we'll use them only for like the most important skips in this level. Oh, I thought I was gonna get enough height, but alas. All right, so the first of these skips, I'm gonna see right here. I'm gonna jump and dash up here, and that will skip like the entire background section of that room. Ooh, bacon wheels time.
Were they
That
happy?
whole jumping between background and foreground layers is the main gimmick of the approach levels, and so most of our
Is that
Nicely
true? Is that
done.
true? Did that just work?
That was the most wicked backup I have ever seen.
No, I don't care if you get Swag Portal, you get a T. That was what the
that was good. That was really good.
I
Oh my god. Whew. All right. Palms sweaty. I am
These
Sweet
sweet
spaghetti.
pants are fancy.
knee spaghetti. Oh, this run is so. Oh, this is such a weird run. Oh, here we go. Let's see if this
Go for
happens.
it.
Would you say that this run? Would you say that this run
Every
is actually silly?
time. Every time.
It is. See, let me tell you, this run is
I'm sending you $5.
like the silliest I've
$5
had
is enough, right?
in a
$5 is
minute
enough
right
for,
now.
for a really nice tea, like for a nice tea, right? $5 is enough. Would you say? I'll make it $7.
Oh yeah.
I got it.
Thank you so much, Kayla.
I'm opening up your Twitch and I'm typing ! donate. This is the worst moment of my life. This happens every time. God.
All right, we got another big skip coming up here in the next room. Somebody want to
Yep.
talk about this?
So coming up is Inkless. There's going to be a giant floor of spikes we want to go over. Normally, an easy way to do that is to use dash, but we also want to conserve for later, so we are trying to jump over it without using ink. And we really creatively named it Inkless.
Come on. Oh, there we go. Okay.
Good backup.
Thank you. And then we'll use the ink that we saved during Inkless right there. That saves a few more seconds on those like little switchbacks there. How's everybody doing? How's chat holding
I'm
up?
sending you $5.
Oh, thank you.
Hold on.
All right.
All right,
Let's
there
see.
you go.
Thank you so much. Just asking because we are now leaving Volcano Approach and we'll be, well, that was silly. Going into Volcano after this little boss fight. So normally, like during marathons and stuff, this is donation time. Anybody got some donations?
$5 donation to Eye of Noon from Missed Op that says, I cannot believe you got Swag Portal for the 3rd time in a row. How do these commentary sections always cost me $5?
Sorry, Kayla, but it's gonna keep happening.
It's gonna keep happening and it's so good. I'm so happy that it does.
All right, here we go. Vault. Ooh. I'm going to.
Luke jump? Yeah, you got this.
Yeah. Okay. No. I hit a thing and
Yeah.
lost.
So this
them.
is really similar to that other combat section we skipped before, except the way that the enemies fall can really just short you out of it.
It's completely random.
Yeah.
The other one, it's at least reliable. Like, okay, the other one is random technically, but it's always at like the same height, so it always makes sure that it can work. This one, there literally just might not be one that spawns in an area that works for you. So you just,
Yeah.
good luck, gamers.
The problem is that there are some enemies that can spawn a lot closer than you would like, and then that can like actually
just cut your momentum.
hit you. Yeah.
Here we're taking the top route to
Alright.
essentially skip all of this room.
And then a couple really quick B-hops.
Just get ahead of the wave of ink as you're surfing along.
I'm allowed to say B-hops, so let's B-hop.
And Volcano is one of the most fun sections of the run. There's just so many enemies to refill your ink and so many like tight sections to navigate through. There's a lot of cool micro skips in here as well.
Yeah, exactly. Oh! Oh my gosh. Oh, please, please, please. Rails. Please, rails.
Oh my god.
Not today. Not today.
You got this.
You got this.
It's okay. It's okay. Everything's fine. Everything is fine. Nothing is broken.
I love this back and forth section. It's so
good.
aesthetically
Anyways,
pleasing.
how's everybody enjoying the very normal run?
This is car jump, right?
Okay. It is. Yeah.
So she is going to try and land, slide off this, and be able to
Easy
skip a
game.
little loop to loop.
It's so easy. Coming up on a bunch of
Alright.
really, really, really narrow platforms that are just nerve-wracking to get to on PB pace. Like, just terrifying. You'll see what I mean. They're narrow, they're above a pit of, not lava, but ink.
Oof.
And if you're on PB pace, those tiny
Good
platforms
save.
are gonna get you sweating.
Yeah, and this flower isn't really helping my
No, it's not.
perception either. No!
No, I'm definitely realizing that I actually said, hey, you should use the flower hat.
Hey, you should unlock the stoplight.
You should, yeah, like,
Nah.
go ahead. Unlock the worst.
I have it unlocked on my profile.
Do you
Alright.
actually?
Yeah,
I will never.
it's a
never
funny
unlock
move.
Saw
It's a
Blade.
funny move.
This is an anti-Saw Blade stream. No,
Anyways,
it's not
Wait,
happening.
you actually have it
We're
unlocked?
approaching the
No.
final boss. We're approaching the final boss, by the way.
Anyways, welcome to the final boss. Newt is going to attempt to get the boss pinned in a corner by using the heavy upswing of the pen and the dash, both of which will stun lock the enemy for a very brief amount of time. And in that time, you can input another one and it gets stuck in the corner and then it dies. And time ends when Newt enters the portal in the bottom right of the screen. So keep your eyes on that. Other than that, Alphonse, please be nice.
Why are we in
Ooh.
real life now?
There is
Maybe
kind of plot.
the real life segment was the friends we made along the way.
Oh, that makes sense.
The
yeah,
real
you're right.
fancy pants were the friends we made along the way.
So true.
Oh,
Retweet that
get over
one
here,
in faith.
Alphonse. No.
Alphonse, please. Would you do it for a
The
fruit
tried marathon tradition of Alphonse being a pain in
gummy? Literally
my butt.
just the worst.
Get out of Stop. Get out of here. I'm gonna try something.
If you get the frame perfect, I'll cry.
No. It's not happening. I
It's not
literally haven't
happening.
gotten
Alright,
that in
happens.
years. And time.
GG.
GG.
Congrats.
All right. GG. That was Super Fancy Pants Adventure, any percent new game plus. It was absolutely my pleasure to get to show that off today. Do you have a time on that by any chance?
2045.
You know, that's not
2045
bad.
RTA, that's
not
fun.
bad
That's,
at
that's
all.
pretty. That's pretty
flower?
decent.
With the flower.
With the
top.
flower hat too.
Flower hat, that's a winnable.
Flower hat world record, perhaps.
Honestly?
Maybe something like that. All right, yeah. Fancy Pants, thank you all for showing up and hanging out and watching this absolutely bonkers run. Like, that was something.
That was something.
If you want more bonkers runs like that, feel free to follow me at twitch.tv/eye_of_newt, or pesto is .debesto. Also follow me on Twitter at @eyeofnewt for any updates and stuff like that. Thank you all for hanging out and watching. And Kayla, Wojo, thank you both for being here.
Thank you for making me give you $5 again.
Always a pleasure.
Thank you. I always appreciate it.
All right.
And-
well, thank you all so much. That was awesome. Well, I think that's all we have for Awfully Silly tonight. And it was awfully silly. I'm glad that I got to be here tonight. That was awesome. But don't go anywhere, because right after this we have That's Never Happened Before, which, I mean, we've had a few of those tonight, but we have a show that's never happened before, and that's after this. So don't go anywhere and watch that instead. Thank you.
Thank you.
Goodbye.